Good afternoon. This is All India Radio. I'm Valsa Williams and with me is Rupinder Kaur Chawla with the Midday News. The headlines. Search and rescue operation underway following cloudburst at Sri Amarnath Shrine in Jammu and Kashmir. Death toll rises to 15. President Ramnath Kovind addresses Youth Sammelan in New Delhi, urges youth to give maximum contribution in the progress and development of the country. Home Minister Amit Shah chairs Northern Zonal Council meeting in Jaipur. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to address Natural Farming Conclave through video conferencing tomorrow. Prime Minister to inaugurate and lay foundation stone of various development projects worth over 16,000 crore rupees at Devghar in Jharkhand on Tuesday. Nation observes one-day state mourning today as a mark of respect to the slain former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. Quad countries mourned the death in a rare joint statement. World-famous Bahuda Yatra, the return car festival, is being held at Puri in Odisha. In cricket, India to take on England in second T20 international of three-match series at Edgbaston in Birmingham this evening, and in Wimbledon tennis, Ons Jabeur to take on Elena Rybakina in women's final this evening, Novak Djokovic to clash with Nick Kyrgios in men's final tomorrow. The news in detail. A multi-agency search and rescue operation is underway following yesterday's cloudburst at Sri Amarnath Shrine in Jammu and Kashmir. Search and rescue operations are being carried out by J&K Police, NDRF, ITBP and Army personnel. The cloudburst, which occurred last evening, led to flash flood near the holy cave shrine of Sri Amarnath. Water came from above and sides of the cave after heavy rains at the upper reaches. The number of fatalities in the wake of the incident has now risen to 15. The deceased include 7 men and 6 women, while 2 other bodies are yet to be identified. About 65 people were injured in the incident, out of which 2 have been taken out from the debris alive and are being treated in hospital. The yatra from both Pahalgam and Baltal routes has been temporarily suspended in view of the cloudburst. Directorate of Health Services in Kashmir has cancelled leave of all its staff and have directed them to report for duty immediately. Besides, all officers have been directed to keep their phones switched on. According to an order, the Chief Medical Officers of South Kashmir districts, that is Pulwama, Kulgam, Shopia and Anantnag, have been directed to send additional doctors and paramedical staff along with drugs, disposables and emergency aid kits to Pahalgam, whereas the Chief Medical Officers of North and Central Kashmir have been directed to send additional doctors and emergency medical material to Baltal. In addition, in charge Controller of Stores Health is directed to coordinate with General Manager JKM SCL Srinagar for keeping emergency supplies ready to be dispatched to Baltal and Pahalgam immediately in consultation with the Yatra officer. President Ramnath Kovind has said that India will be on top of the list of countries with the world's youngest population by 2030. Quoting the United Nations Population Fund's report, Mr. Kovind said youth should contribute maximum in the progress and development of the country. Addressing a youth sammelan in New Delhi, the President expressed happiness that India's youth are making a new identity in the world.
युवा किसी भी देश का वर्तमान और भविष्य दोनों होते हैं। उनकी प्रतिभा और क्षमता देश को गौरव प्रदान करने में विशेष भूमिका निभाती है। अतः ये कहना उचित होगा कि आज का युवा कल का इतिहास निर्माता है। आप सबके समक्ष खड़े होकर महसूस कर सकता हूं कि मैं अपने देश के स्वर्णिम भविष्य के सामने खड़ा हूं। भारत में किशोर और युवाओं की संख्या संपूर्ण विश्व में सबसे अधिक है। ये हमारा उद्देश्य होना चाहिए कि हमारे युवा देश के विकास एवं उन्नति में अधिक से अधिक अपना योगदान दें। युवा के उद्यम और दृढ़ता पर ही हमारे देश का उज्जवल भविष्य निर्भर करता है।
Mr. Kovind highlighted that Indian youth have made significant achievements in all fields of medicine, technology and IT and have reached the top of every category due to their perseverance. Remembering the iconic monk Swami Vivekanand, the President said he had immense faith in youth power.
Union Home Minister Amit Shah is chairing the 30th meeting of the Northern Zonal Council NZC in Jaipur, Rajasthan today. Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot, Haryana Chief Minister Manohar Lal, Himachal Pradesh Chief Minister Jairam Thakur, and Delhi's LG Vinay Kumar Saxena, Ladakh's LG R.K. Mathur, and Chandigarh's Administrator Banwari Lal Purohit and senior officers are attending the meeting. Issues like maintaining adequate water level in Bhakra and Pong Dam, expediting investigation in rape cases, speedy disposal of cases under POCSO Act, optimum use of DBT in social security schemes, changing parameters of road construction in rural areas under PMGSY, curbing stubble burning, security, cybercrime, drug trade, mutual border dispute between states, road, transport, industries, water, power and other issues are being deliberated upon in the meeting. The Northern Zonal Council comprises Rajasthan, Haryana, Himachal Pradesh, Punjab and UTs of Jammu and Kashmir, Ladakh, Delhi and Chandigarh. The last meeting of NZC was held at Chandigarh in 2019. Earlier today, state BJP leaders welcomed Mr. Shah at the Jaipur airport on his arrival. The meeting is being held in Jaipur after 25 years. The regional councils work under cooperative federalism and provide a forum for discussion in a structured manner on issues affecting one or more states or issues between centre and the states. In the last 8 years, under the guidance of the Prime Minister Narendra Modi, the number of meetings of the zonal councils and its standing committees have increased by 3 times. Regional councils help in developing a coordinated approach through discussions and exchange of views between states on important issues of social and economic development. These meetings also provide platform to states and union territories to share their best practices. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will address a natural farming conclave through video conferencing tomorrow. The conclave is being organized at Surat in Gujarat. It will witness participation of thousands of farmers and all other stakeholders who have made adoption of natural farming in Surat a success story. More from a correspondent.
As a part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, Prime Minister Narendra Modi had exhorted at least 75 farmers in each village to adopt natural way of farming in his address at Gujarat Panchayat Mahasammelan in March this year. Guided by the vision of the Prime Minister, Surat district undertook a concerted and coordinated effort to sensitize and motivate different stakeholders and institutions like farmer groups, elected representatives, cooperatives and banks to help farmers in adoption of natural farming. Consequently, at least 75 farmers were identified in each Gram Panchayat and were motivated and trained to undertake natural farming. The farmers were trained in 90 different clusters, resulting in training of more than 41,000 farmers across the district. Yogesh Pandya, Air News, Ahmedabad.
The Prime Minister will inaugurate and lay the foundation stone of various development projects worth more than 16,000 crore rupees at Deoghar in Jharkhand on the 12th of this month. These projects will boost infrastructure development, enhancing connectivity and give an impetus to ease of living in the region. It will also help in significantly improving socio-economic prosperity in the region. The Prime Minister will inaugurate the Deoghar airport to provide direct connectivity to Baba Baidinath Dham, which is an important religious destination for devotees from all over the country. In the evening, the Prime Minister will address the concluding ceremony of centenary celebrations of Bihar Legislative Assembly in Patna. He will inaugurate Shatabdi Smriti Stambh, which has been built to commemorate 100 years of Bihar Vidhan Sabha. Mr. Modi will also lay the foundation stone of the Vidhan Sabha Museum. A report.
The airport, spread across 638 acres of land and built with a cost of over 400 crore rupees, will provide direct connectivity for devotees and tourists visiting Baba Baidinath Dham temple situated in Devghar, which is considered as one of the 12 Jyotirlings of the country. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will also inaugurate the newly built 250-bedded AIIMS hospital in Devghar. Mr. Modi will also virtually inaugurate and lay the foundation stone of development projects worth more than rupees 16,835 crores, which includes 13 new 8-lane road highways, direct railway route for Varanasi from Devghar, redevelopment of Ranchi railway terminal and laying of natural gas pipeline project. Prime Minister will also offer prayers at Baba Baidinath Dham temple and later address a public rally at Devghar College ground. Shilpi, AIR News, Ranchi.
In the changing political equations in Uttar Pradesh, the opposition party leaders, including Sohail Dev, Bharatiya Samaj Party leader Om Prakash Rajbhar, Jansatta Dal leader Raghuraj Pratap Singh and Samajwadi Party MLA Shivpal Singh Yadav have announced to support NDA presidential candidate Draupadi Murmu. These leaders, along with BSP MLA Uma Shankar Singh, attended the dinner organized by Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath for NDA presidential candidate Draupadi Murmu. She had reached Lucknow yesterday to garner support for her candidature.
In Uttar Pradesh, 5 people died in Chitrakoot district after being mowed down by a loader. The police said the accident took place in Bharatkoop area of the district when the driver of pickup loader lost control, and as a result, 9 people who were sleeping on footpath were mowed down this morning. 5 of them died on the spot, while 4 injured have been admitted to a nearby hospital. Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath has announced ex gratia of 2 lakh rupees to the families of deceased, while 50,000 rupees will be given to the injured. He has asked officials to provide every possible help to the injured. A total of 18,840 new cases of COVID-19 were reported in the country during the last 24 hours. Union Health Ministry said 16,104 people recovered during the same period. The recovery rate is currently at 98.151%. The ministry said more than 198 crore 65 lakh COVID vaccine doses have been administered in the country so far under the nationwide vaccination drive. More than 12 lakh 26,000 doses were administered during the last 24 hours. You are listening to the Midday News on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Search and rescue operation underway following cloudburst at Sri Amarnath Ji Shrine in Jammu and Kashmir. Death toll rises to 15. President Ram Nath Kovind addresses Youth Sammelan in New Delhi, urges youth to give maximum contribution in the progress and development of the country. Home Minister Amit Shah chairs Northern Zonal Council meeting in Jaipur. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to address Natural Farming Conclave through video conferencing tomorrow. Prime Minister to inaugurate and lay foundation stone of various development projects worth over 16,000 crore rupees at Deoghar in Jharkhand on Tuesday. Nation observes one-day state mourning today as a mark of respect to the slain former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. Quad countries mourn the death in a rare joint statement. World-famous Bahuda Yatra, the return car festival, is being held at Puri in Odisha. In cricket, India to take on England in second T20 international of 3-match series at Edgbaston in Birmingham this evening. And in Wimbledon tennis, Ons Jabeur to take on Elena Rybakina in women's final this evening. Novak Djokovic to clash with Nick Kyrgios in men's final tomorrow. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts.
अपने बिजनेस को बढ़ाने के लिए लीजिए आकाशवाणी का सहयोग और दीजिए उसे बुलंदियों के पंख।
आपका बिजनेस लोकल है या राष्ट्रीय, आकाशवाणी देती है उपभोक्ताओं तक पहुंचने का हर विकल्प।
और अब तो आप घर, दफ्तर या दुकान पर बैठे बैठे कर सकते हैं आकाशवाणी के किसी भी केंद्र के लिए विज्ञापनों की बुकिंग।
आकाशवाणी के विभिन्न चैनलों पर विज्ञापन देना सुलभ और सस्ता।
बुकिंग है तो संपर्क करें 8700014242 पर।
8700014242।
One-day state mourning is being observed today throughout the country as a mark of respect to the former Prime Minister of Japan, Shinzo Abe, who passed away yesterday. The national flag is being flown half-mast on all buildings. Where the national flag is flown regularly, there will be no official entertainment today. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, US President Joe Biden and Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese issued a rare joint statement today to mourn the death of former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, describing him as a transformative leader for Japan's relations with their countries. They will honor Abe's memory by enhancing their efforts to ensure a peaceful and prosperous region, they said. The three leaders recalled Abe's pioneering work in the establishment of the Quadrilateral Security Dialogue, or Quad, which groups Australia, India, Japan and the US, and in pushing a vision for a free and open Indo-Pacific region. Chinese President Xi Jinping expressed his condolences today over the sudden and unfortunate death of former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, a day after China gave mixed reactions from different quarters, with Chinese netizens rejoicing and spreading anti-Abe sentiments. Chinese state media reported that in his message of condolence to Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida, President Xi said that Abe made positive efforts to improve China-Japan relations.
Home Minister Amit Shah will join the 6th National Conclave on Mines and Minerals as part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav Iconic Week celebrations on 12th of this month in New Delhi. Ministry of Mines highlighted that the national level award Rashtriya Khanij Vikas Puraskar will be conferred to best performing states in the field of mining during the conclave. It said the launch of 3 modules of mining tenement system MTS along with awards for 5-star rated mines for the year 2020-21 and National Geoscience Awards 2019 will also be conferred on this occasion. Maharashtra Chief Minister Eknath Shinde and Deputy Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis today met President Ramnath Kovind at the Rashtrapati Bhavan. After meeting him, both the leaders met BJP President JP Nadda. Our corresponding quoting sources reports in the meeting, expansion of the Maharashtra cabinet was discussed. Yesterday, Mr. Shinde and Mr. Fadnavis met Home Minister Amit Shah.
The 15th episode of Abhyas program will be aired today. The topic for this episode is geography. All India Radio News has got an overwhelming response for the show with questions received from across the country. Dr. Amrita Bajaj, Professor, Department of Geography, Shahid Bhagat Singh College, New Delhi, will be responding to the queries of the aspirants. This episode of Abhyas will be on air on 100.1 FM Gold at 9:30 p.m. today. You can access it on Twitter at AIR News Alerts or on AIR News official YouTube channel and also on the News on AIR app. Also, for the next episode on the 16th of July, the subject chosen is sociology. Students can send their queries on WhatsApp number 9289094044 or mail on abhyas.air@gmail.com. The deadline for submission of questions is the 13th of July. In Jammu and Kashmir, the maiden sowing of mash crop at zero line across the fence on Indo-Pak International Border in Hiranagar sector started on Friday after 19 years. Kathua District Administration, under its resolve to resume cultivation on the zero-line land, has fixed a target of 200 acres under mash crop during the Kharif season 2022. Deputy Commissioner Kathua Rahul Pandey and Director Agriculture Jammu K.K. Sharma inaugurated the event, which was witnessed by a large number of farmers along with government officials.
In Odisha, world-famous Bahuda Yatra or the Return Car Festival is being held in the holy city of Puri today. The occasion marks the return of Lord Jagannath and his siblings back to Sri Mandir from the Sri Gundicha temple after a brief sojourn. All the 3 chariots are ready to carry the deities with thousands of devotees eager to pull the raths back. Adequate security and traffic arrangements are put in place in the holy city in view of the heavy rush of devotees. In Maharashtra, Ashadh Ekadashi, one of the most significant festivals, will be celebrated across the state tomorrow. Around 12 to 14 lakh pilgrims, known as Varkaris, undertake the pilgrimage from different parts of the state and descend at the holy town of Pandharpur to pay obeisance to Lord Vitthal on Ashadh Ekadashi. More from our correspondent.
Amid singing of hymns, Jnanoba Mauli Tukaram, Pundalika Varada Hari Vitthal, lakhs of Varkaris from various parts of the state are reaching temple town Pandharpur ahead of the Ashadhi Ekadashi to be celebrated tomorrow. The district administration has made all arrangements for the Varkaris, like providing clean drinking water, toilet facility and maintaining sanitation. Zilla Parishad CEO Dilip Swami, while talking to AIR, said that at 174 places, health centers were organized on the Palki Marg. Apart from this, vaccination and COVID testing centers were also installed for the Varkaris. Special care was taken for female Varkaris as gynecologists too were deployed at these health centers. At each stoppages of Palki, a separate feeding rooms were created for lactating mothers. The ZP CEO said bike ambulances were pressed into service for the Warkaris who were taken ill. One of the special features of this year's pilgrimage was Green Wari, in which the organizers aimed to plant 10,000 saplings alongside the Palki Marg. With Kunal Shinde, this is Mathuri Pange, AIR News, Mumbai.
Now let's listen to our special program Azadi Ka Safar, highlighting the importance of the day during the freedom struggle.
Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav.
Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. Birth of a Nation.
India's glorious freedom struggle is one of the greatest struggles the modern world has ever witnessed. AIR News brings you a glimpse of the struggle every day.
In today's episode, we remember nationalist Satyanarayan Sinha, who was born on the 9th of July 1900 in Darbhanga, Bihar. Sinha was involved in India's freedom struggle and became a member of the Indian National Congress Party in 1924.
मेरे भारत के कंठहार तुझको शत शत वंदन बिहार.
Sinha did his schooling at Muzaffarpur Zilla School and later went on to receive a law degree from the Patna University. He grew up to be an agriculturist and zamindar and later joined Bihar politics. He became a member of the Bihar Legislative Council in 1926 and member of the Central Legislative Assembly in 1934.
Sinha was elected to the Constituent Assembly from Bihar. He was elected to the first 3 Lok Sabhas, and during his tenures at the Lok Sabha, he held several portfolios including the Ministry of Parliamentary Affairs and Information and Broadcasting and Communications. He was appointed as the Governor of Madhya Pradesh between 1971 and 1977. AIR News salutes the great Indian.
We also remember independence activist Tara Singh, who died on the 9th of July, 1925. A resident of district Jalandhar, Punjab, Tara Singh joined the 11th non-violent Shahidi Jatha to Jaito Gurdwara Gangsar, Nabha in 1925 against the British order prohibiting all prayer assemblies there. When the Jatha reached the Gurdwara, the police stopped it and arrested a large number of its members. Tara Singh was arrested and died in police custody on the 9th of July, 1925. AIR News salutes the brave martyr.
We remember independence activist Gunu Shah, who took part in the First War of Independence in 1857. A resident of Farrukhabad, Uttar Pradesh, Shah was initially a sepoy in the British Indian Army, but left the service during the outbreak of uprising. He fought at various places against the British, but was caught by the British troops during an engagement. Gunu Shah was executed by hanging on the 9th of July, 1858. We salute the brave son of the soil.
We also remember martyr Gunu Singh, who was executed by the British on the 9th of July, 1857. A resident of Belonja, Uttar Pradesh, Gunu Singh was initially under the service of the 23rd Regiment Native Infantry of the British Army. He left the service and joined the uprising of 1857. Gunu Singh was caught by the British and charged with desertion and mutiny. He was sentenced to death and executed on the 9th of July, 1857. AIR News salutes the brave independence activist.
We also remember independence activist Lakshman Prasad, who hailed from Ghazipur, Uttar Pradesh. a soldier in the 23rd Regiment of the English East India Company's army. He participated in the First War of Independence in 1857. He was caught by the company's forces and hanged on the 9th of July, 1857. AIR News salutes the brave son of the soil.
That brings us to the end of this episode of Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. See you in the next episode tomorrow.
As part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, All India Radio News brings its listeners a special quiz on India's freedom movement and its glorious history. The next question of Amrit Mahotsav quiz will be shared with the listeners on Monday, the 11th of July. Celebrate 75 years of India's independence by participating in Amrit Mahotsav quiz with AIR News. In Maharashtra, heavy rainfall has been reported in many districts of the state. The western part of Satara district has been receiving continuous rains, because of which Verna Lake is flowing at full capacity. In Nashik, flood-like situation has taken place due to rising water level in Godavari River. Nashik Municipal Corporation has issued a warning to the citizens living alongside the river. Mumbai, Thane, Palghar and Raigad districts are also receiving good rainfall. In Telangana, heavy rain lashed several parts of the state during the past 36 hours. Inter Meteorological Department has issued a red alert to Komaram, Bhim, Asifabad, Mancherial, Nirmal, Nizamabad, Mulugu, Bhadradri, Kotagudam, Mehbubabad, Warangal and Hanmakonda, districts of heavy to very heavy with extremely heavy rainfall for the next 2 days. The IMD officials also issued yellow warning to about a dozen districts, including Hyderabad, Rangareddy and Medchal Malkajgiri, of heavy to very heavy rains for the next 2 days.
Sri Lankan President Gotabaya Rajapaksa has fled his home as protesters surrounded and stormed his residence today, AFP reports, citing a defense source and local media. The Defence Ministry sources told news agency that President Gotabaya Rajapaksa was removed from his official premises yesterday for his safety ahead of the planned rally over the weekend. Thousands of protesters clashed with the police and breached barricades to storm the president's official residence in the capital city of Colombo. At least 21 people, including 2 policemen, were injured and hospitalized in the ongoing protests, hospital sources said. In cricket, India will take on England in the second T20 international of the 3-match series at Birmingham at 7 p.m. today. India is leading the 3-match series 1-0 with Thursday's night's win in the first encounter at the AGS Bowl Stadium in Southampton. In Wimbledon tennis tournament, Ons Jabeur of Tunisia will take on Elena Rybakina of Kazakhstan in women's final this evening. The match will start at 6:30 p.m. Indian time. The 27-year-old Jabeur sealed her place in the record books on Thursday with a 3-set semi-final win over Germany's Tatiana Maria. In men's final, top seed Novak Djokovic will clash with Australian Nick Kyrgios tomorrow. Yesterday, the Serbian tennis star Djokovic defeated Cameron Norrie 2-6, 6-3, 6-2, 6-4 in semi-final. Earlier, Kyrgios reached his first Grand Slam final when Rafael Nadal withdrew from the tournament due to injury.
In badminton, India's HS Prannoy will lock horns against Hong Kong's Ng Ka Long Angus in Malaysia Masters tournament in a short while from now. Prannoy is the lone Indian left in the tournament after PV Sindhu lost in the women's singles quarterfinals against Tai Tzu Ying. Now let us take a look at the weather update for the day. National capital Delhi is likely to have generally cloudy sky with light to moderate rain. Minimum temperature was 31 degrees Celsius. Maximum is expected to be around 38 degrees. Mumbai is expected to have generally cloudy sky with heavy rain. Minimum temperature was 24 degrees. Maximum expected to be around 30. Chennai is likely to have generally cloudy sky with light rain. Minimum temperature was 27 degrees Celsius. Maximum expected to be 33. Kolkata is likely to have partly cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. Minimum temperature was 27 degrees. Maximum will be around 34. And now before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Search and rescue operation underway following cloudburst at Sri Amarnath Shrine in Jammu and Kashmir. Death toll rises to 15. President Ramnath Kovind addresses Youth Sammelan in New Delhi, urges youth to give maximum contribution in the progress and development of the country. Home Minister Amit Shah chairs Northern Zonal Council meeting in Jaipur. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to address Natural Farming Conclave through video conferencing tomorrow. Prime Minister to inaugurate and lay foundation stone of various development projects worth over 16,000 crore rupees at Deoghar in Jharkhand on Tuesday. Nation observes one-day state mourning today as a mark of respect to the slain former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. Quad countries mourned the death in a rare joint statement. World-famous Bahuda Yatra, the return car festival, is being held at Puri in Odisha. In cricket, India to take on England in second T20 international three-match series at Edgbaston in Birmingham this evening, and in Wimbledon tennis, Ons Jabeur to take on Elena Rybakina, and women's final this evening, Novak Djokovic to clash with Nick Kyrgios in men's final tomorrow. And with that, we